Hi there, my name is Miss Hadley, and today I'm going to read Cece Loves Science. And I would read this to a second grade class, and it covers the standards in 1.1, 1.2, 1.5, and 1.6. So it's about raising questions for scientists, comparing observations, and explaining how scientists alone or in a group are always investigating new ways to solve problems. Okay, so and what we're going to do as well, our assignment today is going to be a science journal entry. So at the very end, you are going to, after we read the story together, you're going to do my science question, you're going to do my hypotheses, you're going to do my experiment plan, and then you're going to draw a picture of your plan. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so what can you tell me about the cover?
I can tell there is a girl, a boy, and a dog.
Okay, and is there anything on here that tells you it's about science?
Yes, there is potions, liquids, there's planets, stars, and numbers.
Okay, perfect. And it also says Cece Loves Science. Okay, so we have Cece Loves Science by Kimberly Derting and Shelley R. Jones. Illustrations by Vashti Harrison. Cece Loves Science. Cece loves science. Cece loved to ask questions. Her mother said her first word was, why? Her father said it was, how? But her favorite question was, what if? You would make a great scientist, Cece, said her teacher, Miss Curie, because science is all about asking questions. Do fish ever get thirsty? Cece wanted to know. They do, said Miss Curie. Do hummingbirds really hum? The sounds come from their wings, said Miss Curie. What if we all jumped at the same time? Would the earth move? Good question, said Miss Curie. I think we should investigate. Okay, why do you think it's important for scientists to ask questions?
Maybe because they need to get all of their answers to put it into the data, and then they make their PowerPoint or whatever they do.
Yes, I love that. Great answer. Okay, so now Miss Curie told Cece and her friends about famous scientists from history. Okay, do you recognize any of these scientists?
Yes, I do.
Which one?
Thomas Edison.
Okay, what did Thomas Edison do?
He invented light bulbs.
That's amazing. Yes, he invented the light bulb. Okay, so we have scientists from history such as Caroline Herschel. She was the first woman to discover a comet. Then we have Thomas Edison, as Savannah said, and he invented the light bulb. Then we have George Washington Carver, and he was an agricultural scientist. He promoted alternative crops for cotton. And then we have Jane Goodall, and she was in charge of research for chimpanzees. So she also introduced them to many different sciences. Geology is the study of Earth, biology is the study of living things, and entomology is the study of insects. One day, Miss Curie told everyone to pair up. For our next project, I'd like you to pick a science you are curious about and come up with a question to investigate, she said. Cece and her best friend Isaac were a team. They both loved zoology, which is the study of animals. Now, they just needed to think of an interesting question. Okay, if you were Cece, what question would you want to ask? What do you need an answer to?
I would ask, so if you're at the beach and if the sun is out, can the sand get cold, or does it just stay hot when the sun's out?
That's a great question. Save that for your experimental page, okay? That's a great question. Okay, so now, first, they brainstormed. Who can tell me what brainstorming is? Okay.
It's like they think in their brains of ideas that they already learned of.
Excellent. I love this. Okay. So first they brainstormed a bunch of ideas. Science is all about possibilities. Is a bear ticklish? Cece asked. Do we really want to find out? Said Isaac. Do pigs know when they are smelly? Cece asked. Only a pig can answer that, Isaac said. Keep thinking, said Miss Curie. The scientist thinks outside the box and never, ever gives up. That night at dinner, Cece was explaining the project to her parents when her dog, Einstein, jumped up and started eating the food right off her plate. Einstein, down, said Cece's mom. Cece giggled. Her plate was licked clean, except for the broccoli. Look what Einstein did, she said. I guess neither of you likes your veggies, her dad said, laughing. This observation gave Cece a great idea. Einstein could be their science project. Cece called Isaac. I've got it. Let's find out if dogs eat vegetables. Cool, said Isaac. Cece couldn't wait to get started. So what is Cece testing? What's her experiment?
She's testing if dogs eat vegetables.
Yes,
because
I love it. Because
what
did her dog do?
Einstein didn't. The dog licked the plate clean, but not the broccoli.
Yes.
And broccoli is vegetable.
Yes. I love it. Okay, so it says the next day after school, Cece and Isaac headed straight to Cece's lab to work on their project. Do you see here how she has their jackets? I love this. She has her lab jackets, and then she has our science project worksheet. So this says Cece and Isaac, science. It says zoology, the study of animals. Brainstorm ideas. Is a bear ticklish? Do pigs think they stink? Do fish sleep? And then what is your question? Do dogs eat vegetables? Your test subject, dogs. Cans if related to the wolf, coyote. List some fun facts about your subject. Einstein, named after Albert Einstein. He weighs 40 pounds, color gray, eyes brown. What do we do first? Isaac asked. Let's observe our subject, Cece said. What does it mean to observe?
It means to kind of, I don't know.
That's okay. Okay, so see in the picture, look, she's holding a pen and paper, and here, dog treats, sitting, eating, drinking. So what are they doing?
So she's observing what is going to happen when she gives the dog a treat.
Okay, yep, I love it. Okay, now it says, observation doggy treats, guaranteed 100% participation, said Cece. Excellent data, said Isaac. Isaac and Cece watched Einstein eat. They watched Einstein drink. They even watched Einstein sleep. Sometimes science was all about waiting and waiting and waiting for something really cool to happen. From our observations, we know Einstein loves to eat kibble and doggy treats, said Cece. Now we need to investigate our question, said Isaac. Do dogs eat vegetables? Miss Curie's science project worksheet. Now it says, what are your observations? He eats, drinks, and sleeps. He loves to eat kibble. He doesn't like broccoli. He jumps on the table. Doggy treats guarantee 100% participation. Experiment. What variables are you testing? Carrots, beans, and cucumbers. I already know Einstein doesn't like broccoli, said Cece. I don't either. Let's test some different veggies, said Isaac. It's experiment time, and said Cece. Finally. Okay, so what are some of the things here what's her hypotheses? What do you think?
I think she's excited to do an experiment.
Okay, what do you think? Do you think he thinks he's gonna eat the vegetables or no?
No.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's find out, okay? Okay, now, here's the experiment. Cece and Isaac tried carrots, beans, and cucumbers. Einstein turned up his nose at each one. What if we disguised the vegetables with bacon and ketchup? Isaac asked. This time, Einstein was interested. He ate the bacon, and he licked the ketchup off the vegetables. That means he likes bacon and ketchup, said Cece. What if we just mix up vegetables with kibble? Asked Isaac. I bet he won't even know the difference, said Cece. Einstein ate all his kibble, but left the vegetables in the bottom of his bowl. Einstein might not eat vegetables, but he sure is smart, said Cece. Cece gave Einstein a treat and rubbed his ears. Good boy, she said. She looked at Isaac and shrugged. Now what? We're supposed to interpret our data, said Isaac. Einstein definitely loves to eat, said Cece. He sure doesn't like broccoli, said Isaac. He doesn't like any vegetables, added Cece. Not even if we cover them in bacon and ketchup, said Isaac. I guess Einstein is a picky eater, said Cece. Okay, so how did her data help her learn something new? So what did she learn here?
She learned that dogs don't like vegetables.
Okay, so but what did she say he definitely did like?
He did like kibble.
Yes.
He did like bacon.
Yes, and?
Covered in ketchup, right?
Yeah, covered in ketchup. Yeah, that's right. And dog treats.
Oh.
Dog treats. Great job. Okay, so Miss Carey's science project worksheet continued. Interpret your data. Eats bacon, ketchup, and kibble. Ignores hidden vegetables. Einstein is a picky eater. Result, doesn't like veggies. And the testing was carrots, beans, and cucumbers. That night at dinner, Cece was so disappointed she didn't even finish her dessert. Maybe I'm not a real scientist after all, she said. Her project was boring. I thought you asked a great question, her dad said. Einstein puts his paws on the table and sniffs Cece's banana split. Einstein! Cece giggled. Naughty puppy. Her mother laughed and pulled Einstein away. He may not eat veggies, she said, but he sure likes bananas. That's when Cece remembered something Miss Carey always said. Scientists think outside of the box. What if we create a secret recipe using bananas, she asked. So now, how is she showing that she's going to be a scientist? What did her teacher just say that I said? Scientists do what?
Think out of the box.
Yes, thank you. Moving on. Cece and Isaac rushed home after school and mixed together carrots, beans, cucumbers, and bananas in a blender. Are those still veggies? Isaac asked. Yep, said Cece. They're just in a different form. Gross, Isaac said, wrinkling his nose. At first, Einstein looked confused. He circled the bowl. Cece poured the mixture into Einstein's bowl. How about a special smoothie, she asked, patting his head. He sniffed the bowl. Then he got down on his belly and wagged his tail. And then he slurped down the entire thing. Look, he loves it, said Isaac. In science, not all results are totally predictable. Einstein does eat vegetables when we mix them with bananas, said Cece. And that's when Cece made the most extraordinary observation of all. Science isn't just about asking questions. Real scientists have fun finding answers too. So this is Miss Carey's Science Project worksheet. Science, zoology, the study of animals. Brainstorm ideas. Is a bear ticklish? Do pigs think they stink? Do fish sleep? What is your question? Do dogs eat vegetables? Test your subject. Dogs related to wolf, coyote. Fun facts about your subject. Einstein, named after Albert Einstein, weighs 40 pounds, color gray, eyes brown. What are your observations? He eats, drinks, and sleeps. He loves to eat his kibble. He doesn't like broccoli. He jumps on the table. Doggy treats guarantee 100% participation. Experiment, what variables are you testing? First experiment, they did carrots, beans, cucumbers, bacon, and ketchup. Second experiment, add bananas. Mix with veggies to make a smoothie. Interpret your data. Eats bacon, ketchup, and kibble. Ignores hidden vegetables. Einstein is a picky eater. Result, Einstein does eat vegetables when we mix them with bananas. Okay, so now, what was your favorite part about her experiment?
I think it's probably when she thought, now after that, I don't think I'm a real scientist. Because then she fixed her problem.
Yes.
and she then became a great scientist.
And then she
with
didn't give up, and she was positive, and then she realized it is fun to keep trying. Okay, so now what we're going to do, you're welcome to get with a partner or by yourself, you can choose, and you're going to do your science question, like the one you talked about with the sand. You're going to create your hypotheses, like what you think is going to happen, and then you're going to write your plan for your experiment, and then we're going to draw a picture, okay? All right, thank you so much.